Welcome in. Welcome back. You are tuning in to Tarot Transmissions with the Primal Mystic, coming to you from somewhere in the cosmos. I'm here, prepared to download this transmission for you now. Let's start by pulling a card. Whoever you are, wherever you're tuning in from, I trust this transmission is finding you in the perfect time, in the perfect moment to receive these messages that are going to come through. What is the question that the collective needs to hear? Where are we going? Where are we going? A lot of people are wondering. I can feel this inquiry out there. People just sort of wondering, what is going on with the planet? What is going on with the humans? What is going on with everything? Where is all of this going? And there might be a lot of fear around that. But today, the Tarot wants to bring us the Empress. They're saying to turn over the next card as well. It's the Emperor. Wow. With the energy of the Empress, I'm feeling a calmness came over me, a feeling of trust, to trust in the universe that the Great Mother will take care of us. It is all time for us to nurture ourselves and nurture each other and give back into the earth, just as you would feed your body as if you were growing a beautiful child within. You want to feed your body like that because you are the beautiful child within. Many people in the collective are talking about treating their body with more dignity and honor. This is our temple after all, and you are what you eat. And so getting right to the base and the root and the heart of what makes us tick, what makes our body function with the highest optimalcy. Well, the Empress is really perfect for that. She is the queen of our garden, proverbial and actual. She reminds us to nurture ourselves and our being as if we were taking care of our child, because this is it. This is our body that's going to get us through. It's gotten us through however many years you've been here. Now it's going to get you through the rest of them. And so we have to take care of her, as well as having to take care of the planet. We do have planetary responsibilities as well. And this all has to do with the divine feminine energy coming through, anchoring in with us in this Empress. And we've been hearing a lot about the divine feminine that we see here. But then Spirits had turned over that next card too and is giving us the divine masculine in tandem. Intertwined these energies are divine feminine and divine masculine. One does not exist without the other, not in this universe anyway. And I don't mean that these have to be two external forces outside of you, for these are the internal forces within all of us. We are all waking up to remember the reality in which the Emperor and the Empress resides within us, each of us, within, so without. And we see these reflections and we seek to gather that which we are and that which we are not, as we find them in the other, in the opposite, the opposing viewpoint. And sometimes when we seek to understand that opposing viewpoint, that other perspective, even opposite of our own, and we seek to learn and understand more about that, we sort of find that the farther away we get from ourself, we sort of somehow it loops back around and becomes our reflection in a whole new different kind of way at another level, which is so interesting. That which seems to oppose us shows us the most about who we are by showing us that which we are not. And it is a wild time right now as the oppositions and the polarities grow even more prevalent and clear between us. It is very easy to point the finger across the chasm and notice how different, how utterly different and not the same that you are to me and we are to them. But at the core, though, it's somehow still the same. Well, as the Empress is teaching us how to nurture ourselves, the Emperor is teaching us more about building our temple, building our sanctuary, our place. The Emperor can be about financial abundance and physical domination, dominion over the earth plane, the master of his cube of space, mastering illusion. So together these two are such a pair, that divine feminine and divine masculine energy. When they are not in opposition, they are in tandem, teamwork, sharing the load, giving and receiving, building, reflecting, deflecting, uplifting into a higher realm that could not have been achieved another way, more than the sum of its parts. Well, I always like to draw a third card, and so Spirit is saying to pull one more of this major and see who makes the pair a pyramid. Well, the Hierophant. Look at that. 3, 4, 5. So elevating this energy into the Hierophant, the divine teacher, the divine orchestrator, the number 5, human. As I said, these two coming together, rising up to become more than the sum of its parts into something even more divine than it was before. Now, the Hierophant is typically sort of a masculine card, but it can be kind of above either gender, but more of a culminating into something more. Here it's representative of a teacher, or we're seeing this religious figure like a pope or a guru, a master, an ascended master, someone who's come, who has a certain amount of wisdom with them, who's inviting you to grow, inviting you along your journey to go even deeper, delve even deeper into yourself and into your studies and into your understanding of yourself. and of the world around you. So as we have been in this pull of opposites, tug of warring with each other, trying to understand the other, we see that the tug of war is futile, but in the middle we can meet into something where we remember we don't need the duality to compete, but the teamwork to unite, to be more. Well, there are a few other decks of cards on the table, and I would like to see what Radical Abundance has to say for us. Spirit, give me some words of affirmations, some affirmative language for us to take the direction in which these lessons are going to bring us to the next level. Whoop. We got a couple cards drop out. Awareness and insight. Awareness and insight. I love that these words go together, and at first glance they could almost mean the same thing. They're very similar. Awareness and insight. This is what's bringing us to the next level. Achievement unlocked into the Hierophant, rising above the polarity and duality of the war of opposites. As we look to seek what is different, we look past what is different, and we seek to recognize how we are the same, how we are one, through awareness and insight. Firstly, I have to be aware of how we're different and the same. That awareness to even recognize that I can consider the argument or debate from yet another point of view of awareness. Not just my opinion, but an awareness of the whole. And having that insight to see beyond what my limited perspective might offer me, but allow insight of another's perspective to permeate into your consciousness. Allow yourself to empty of your own opinions in order to make space for understanding, to glean insight into another point of view. Now I'm feeling this transmission is beginning to come to a close, but before we do, I am feeling called to offer an animal totem. Spirit, please leave us with an animal totem or two to give us some guidance where to go from here toward creating union within ourselves and each other and our other relationships in this time of separation. Help me understand to connect more authentically as the holidays are coming up, and give us strength. Ooh. Snake spirit. Time to heal. The serpent. She is teaching us to shed old skin. Let the past go. Just let it slip away. You can slip right out of your old skin, old belief systems, old ways of thinking and believing in actions that have kept you trapped. Just let it go. Let it fall away. Sometimes when snake sheds skin, it all comes off nice and smooth, and she sort of slithers out of it like it was an old sock, an old stocking, and you can find the whole skin just in a nice little bunch, completely intact. But other times, the healing process is not so clean and easy, right? Other times, we try to get out of that old skin and maybe we don't have enough lubrication, we don't have enough opportunity or places we can get out of that old skin quickly, easily, or cleanly, and it sort of sloughs off more in pieces. So we shed little bits of our ego, little bits of our past, and we shed it a little bit, but maybe we're stuck and we want to hang on. Sometimes we really like to tell those stories, and in order to be able to let go of our old stories, we have to make space to collect new stories, don't we? But the catch-22 is we can't create a new story when we're holding on to old stories, and we're going to keep telling our old stories until we have new stories. So at a certain point, you have to just let go. It is a time to heal. It's a time to heal old family patterns, ancestral traumas, individual traumas, family patterns. It's time to heal. The collective is waking up. Many people who weren't aware before are suddenly more aware now than they were, and this is opportunity for growth. So, those of you, those of us who are in that more awakened awareness state of being can offer a handout to those who are struggling to shed those old layers, those old stories, those old patterns, thought processes. Change, sometimes it can happen all at once, but often it does happen slowly over time. And we're all looking for that sustainable change as the collective wakes up, levels up, and rises together. So although it is really tempting to block everyone who doesn't think the way you think. A lot can be gained from having those difficult conversations, because you can't change without death. And then, of course, rebirth. Well, that is going to do it for tonight. You have been sitting with the Primal Mystic, and I'll be tuning out this tarot transmission till next time. Remember, imagination is infinite. Go and create. Blessings.